is the regular monthly meeting of the Board of Directors of Montgomery County Utility District number 60. Begin with a roll call today. Director Bill Freibel.
Here.
Freibel. Bob Lux is here. Donna McAleer
Here.
is here. Director Paul Shue
Here.
is here, and Director Dale Walker is
Ready to go.
We have a meeting. Okay, we'll begin with our invocations and our pledges of allegiance. Heavenly Father, we come to you today as an assembled body. We humbly request that you bless our meeting, our community, and our nation. Help us to work diligently, always for the common good and in the best interest of those who we have been elected to represent. Guide us, be insightful and prudent in our intentions, visions, plans, deliberations, decisions, and their fulfillment. Work through us to provide a spirit of welcome to all in attendance, to engage in respectful and thoughtful dialogue and discussion with understanding, wisdom, and humility. Amen. If you wish, prior to reciting the pledges of allegiance, please take an additional moment of silent prayer or reflection in the manner of your preference. Thank you. Pledge of allegiance to the United States of America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pledge to the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the United Texas,
One
state, under God, one and indivisible.
Okay, Shelley, do we have any comments from the public today? We do not, okay. Deputy General Manager Kim Wright, do we have any requests for adjustments and or relief from impending charges? Thank you. We're now to the consent agenda, pages 1 through 16 of our meeting packet. Very good, Jeannie. We're still on. Good job. You're getting there. You're getting close to the finish line like always. Okay. Have a motion to approve the meet or amend.
Motion to approve the consent.
Seconded. We have a motion and a second. Further discussion on this matter? All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. Thank you. Okay, that brings us to agenda item number 10. Receive the regular SJRA Woodlands Division report. Mr. Meeks, good afternoon.
Our report begins on page 17 in your packet. As you can see, we continue to add modifications to it to add more data, in this case, more graph, more trend data, so you can actually compare instead of having a single point. You can backtrack a little bit and see more information. The only thing that's semi out of the ordinary is on page 19. Graphs on the right, if you look at the blue line on the bottom, you can see there's an uptick in September of 25. That is because when the flow meters were calibrated, they were calibrated with a plus or minus of 50%, not plus or minus of 1%. And so therefore it obviously threw them way off. So since the flow did go through the meter, we do have to report it to TCEQ. There was no violations, just an anomaly. So what we've done in the official record is notated as an anomaly. So it's not included in any future calculations and artificially rising anything. But that is all I have, unless you have any questions on anything.
On page 20, you've ordered a new pump, LS29 pump 1.
Yes.
What's the delivery time on that?
Typically, they take about 16 to 18 weeks to get in.
Thanks.
Are you gonna cover 31, the memo on 31, or
That's
am
in,
I ahead of myself?
that's under water.
Okay,
It's
thank
water
you.
line.
Sorry. Glasses, I need to get my prescription
I just said
adjusted. My arms aren't long enough.
A lot of that going around, Dale. Okay, that brings us to agenda item 11. Thank you, Chris. That brings us to agenda item 11. Discuss and act on water line renewal plan, analysis completed by HDR. Is that going to be, Eric? Eric, that's you?
Sure. Okay. So last week, Esther presented to the trustees a summary of philosophy on how to, their recommendations on how to address the water line renewal. To summarize what was presented, the 5 tier 1 and tier 2 projects would be placed on the 10-year project plan. Tier 3 would be in year 12 or 15 or whatever afterwards. The scope of each of those 5 projects, well, at least beyond Town Center, I think Town Center is intact, but the others would follow kind of a philosophy of identifying kind of a base project for each one of those. And, HDR had admittedly included a couple segments onto each of those projects that made sense to go forward, but weren't having a lot of breaks. The condition was moderate. So those additional segments could theoretically be monitored a little bit longer. So that's kind of the recommendation. So there would be a base project. Those alternates or spurs or whatever you want to call them would be still placed in the 10-year project plan as alternates. And then when it's time to do the next project, we would look at the base, really look at the alternates in particular to see if in between now and when that project's going forward, if the segments have had any additional breaks or any other reason to add them to the base. If not, they'll continue to be monitored over time until we get to the next project, and then we'll kind of go back and look at those alternates again and see if they should be added to the current project. So kind of stair-stepping it sort of, but always not losing sight of the fact that those alternates were still there. And, if they can start to see, breaks over time, that they would be pulled into the base project. So
That's the clouds.
that's exactly,
These 3 clouds.
and that's a good example of it. Some of the other ones aren't as perfectly clear like that one,
Yeah.
where it's very specific, but yeah, on page 32, that picture shows the main Woodlands Parkway project. You can see a lot of breaks along that line. And then the spurs were included because their condition was, I'll say marginal, but medium. And there was a break, but not many. And so they felt like, a lot of times a municipality will include those to get more bang for their buck. But in this case, they could be looked at as alternates and further monitored. So that's kind of the philosophy that's being proposed, and I support it. And I think what we would need is the board's concurrence or direction to the trustee to go to, or your trustee to go to the November meeting and support that philosophy. From there, SJ will officially put them in the 10-year project plan and hone up the numbers.
It really isn't a motion type thing. It's more of a acknowledgement from the board as to the direction that they wish to lead the
That philosophy.
trustee to accept or reject the philosophy that you've just mentioned and that SJRA has proposed.
Correct.
Bill, you good with the recommendation, the direction?
I'm missing that.
Paul?
The 5-year condition assessment.
Yes, thank you. What was also added in was at 5 years, at 5-year increments, SJ will go in and do another condition look at whatever hasn't been done. Maybe not to the extent that the original evaluation was done, but we'll do some more testing. Continue to do opportunistic testing on breaks that already occur. And then I don't know what the scope of the 5-year look will be, but there'll be some additional testing at that point.
Does that change anything?
I think it's a reasonable and prudent approach.
I agree.
Especially with I'm going to use the phrase, the cloud, that it'll be observed and then you can justify bringing it in. And if you're mobilized during that time, your demob costs will be less. And if it has broken, then you can make that judgment to add it. Or if it's stable, then you can just, carry on. I would like to make one request. If I'm still around, I'd like to see the trench when they cut where Flint Ridge intersects Woodlands Parkway.
He lives near there.
Yeah, well, there's another special reason. If you're driving, let me get this right. Driving west, you're on the right-hand side and you go through that intersection about 30 yards or 30 meters westerly, you're going to go over Little Dipsy Doodle. Okay, next time you're driving there, and it's been growing, that's a fault. Okay. And I don't know if that's in the county commissioner or the roads or anything, but when you dig up the old one, or do you put in the new one and then deactivate the old one? Is that how you do it?
But it also may be drilled instead of open cut. We may just drill through it instead of actually just open cut.
Right. So in other words, you may not trench it. You may come in
Right.
through and I may not get to see it.
But we can open cut it if you're still.
No. I do not. I do not want to be responsible for any added costs. But if you're driving on Woodlands Parkway, it's, you go right to the top of the hill. And if you look at it, you can actually do an azimuth on it. You can look, it's going southwest, northeast. It's a growth fault. And, to the west there, those are mostly PVC pipes, right?
It's all correct.
And then it's been a problem with the foundation, right?
Correct.
In that area.
Yeah, the bedding. Yeah.
The reason I'm bringing that up is that when you get ready to add the new one, be special careful of that spot. So you may not trench it, right?
So you're saying this is, so you're going west of Woodlands Parkway, now past
Absolutely.
Flint Ridge and Carlton Woods Drive.
HEB,
Yeah.
the HEB shopping center.
And then on the right, see all Kroger's.
Flint
This is
Ridge,
past HEB.
okay, Flint Ridge goes
Intersection.
behind Woodlands Parkway, but
Yeah.
it comes up on either end.
No, I know, and it's
Yeah.
Flint Ridge and it's Carlton Woods Drive, because I live right over
Right.
there. That's why I'm like.
Well,
so
it's right on top of the hill. It's right on
Yeah,
top of the
okay.
hill.
Okay,
The fact it's a topographic hill is a lead in too.
yeah,
But
yeah,
you will, it's not straight perpendicular to the road.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
at an angle. It's
Got it,
going to the southwest because it's a growth fault.
got it.
When you
Yeah.
drive over it, it's now about, I'd say 4 to 5 inches
Hmm,
of variance. It hasn't broken,
It hasn't-
but I've been watching it through the years.
Yeah, interesting.
So when
Paying
you,
attention, it's like Dale says,
Yeah.
you'll be driving, all of a sudden.
you'll get this,
like
you'll
that.
get this.
You called it a Dipsy Doodle, I think.
Yeah, dipsy doodle.
Yeah.
That's a technical phrase.
Okay.
That's a new geological term.
Yes. And you go past
Um,
a street here, I
Yeah.
forgot what it's called, so
Yeah.
it's with an F.
So it's actually, there's been a break there
Before
too.
you go to Ashley,
Oh, okay.
okay?
No.
Yeah, that's a Midwestern.
Definitely pay attention, because you'll be driving smooth and all of a sudden, real quick, your car, you're
They
moving.
cut over
So I'll keep up with you on your emplacement.
Yeah, I know where that is, yeah.
And the-
But it's
and the
before
library.
that. It's considerably
Oh,
before that. It's just,
You two can be fault hunters. So, so when you put in the new one,
we could do a field trip and drive over.
Yeah,
oh, I'd love to. So when you put in a new one, the old one is still functioning. And then you put in the new one and you test it. No leaks and everything that's can pressure up or whatever. And then you close off the old one and open the new one? Is that how you're gonna lay that in?
Roughly,
Basically?
yeah.
On a fault line, are you gonna make any mediations to that or accommodations?
We could, so we'll do some geotechnical beforehand, and if there's something like that anomaly, we'll test it out to see what it is. But the pipe we're probably gonna go back with is HDPE,
Okay.
so it's very flexible.
Oh, it is flexible.
It is very flexible.
Okay, I'm just
Now-
trying to be helpful.
Yeah, no, I
We
appreciate
wanted to
it.
give you a heads up, even though we're not the geologists that were hired to test that road.
Oh, we can
Thank you,
can
ma'am.
provide advice.
Yes.
So there's one there definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and you'll see what happens is the concrete is starting to stretch. And when you get over to the asphalt, what they've been replacing, it's already broken on the asphalt. Okay, so it's about, I'd say 2 to 3, maybe 4 inches, depending where you are on that scarp. I can drive there and show you if you need to. But I think you can find it now.
Well, we just named it Chris's fault.
I was afraid I was gonna say it's Dale's fault.
He's already claimed it.
No.
so nothing's changed. You're good with the directions?
Yes.
You're
I think
good.
that's-
You're good.
I'm good.
You're good.
I think it's a good
Yeah,
idea.
I guess so.
I'm
too.
not
Don't wanna be the-
geologist.
The sore thumb here. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, SJRA. And thank you, Dale, for the geography lesson.
My friend.
Okay, and the geology lesson as well. And we are now to the agenda item 12. Receive update and engineering design on the Bear Branch Dam service spillway and auxiliary spillway.
Is that this?
Chris, is that you or Ed?
That's
Ed.
me.
Hello, Ed.
So two
Proudly
things.
wearing his A&M shirt after a
Uh,
stunning victory last week.
Good for them.
So we're delivering to you, courtesy of Shelley today, the updated Bear Branch summary report, operating report. This is different than what you've seen in the past. Normally, it's just been a one pager that highlights that we went out there and looked at things and everything was okay, or we mowed or whatever. So this goes into a little more in-depth reporting of what's taking place. And then also at the bottom of page 2, starting there and going on to the end, there are some project summaries for to bring you up to date. And so I'll leave that with you. Happy to answer any questions about it. But also to tell you on the update for Bear Branch Dam service spillway and auxiliary spillway, our board meets next Thursday and they will be commissioning Schnabel to go forward with their preliminary engineering, continue their preliminary engineering. That includes the entire spillway, both auxiliary and service.
And for those interested, there's a
Meeting.
visitation, a
There's a
site
site visit
on
Thursday at
Thursday.
9. The only request is closed-toed shoes.
And we'll park to the
South entrance, you'll
South.
be able to pull in and
You have
we'll
a
have
gravel.
guys there.
Yeah.
We'll have guys there to help
Okay.
get you parked so that
Yes.
others can get in.
We gotta go, there's not a turnaround, there is.
I think you have to go up and go
Go up.
back.
Yeah, go up.
There's a cut through there.
Is there a cut through?
That's right, there is. When they built the new, so
Okay.
you can cut through on the south side, on the north side, you have to go up and around. And it's basically kind of certain directors asked for this site visit. We don't know if it's just walk around. We can show you some improvements that have been done over the past couple of years, but it's just going to look like a concrete spillway.
We don't bring a sledgehammer and test for hollow spots?
You're welcome to.
I wouldn't.
That
The
will-
old-fashioned
might,
way, huh?
Bump, bump,
Listen
bump.
to that.
That won't accelerate the work that's already been accelerated.
Go around, bing, 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 all the spots.
If you do, bring a 16-pounder.
Oh, I have one.
Good.
Happy to answer any questions.
Questions?
I'm looking forward to the visit. I think it'd be really illuminating. Appreciate you doing it.
Happy to.
On that subject, I'm working with the non-stakeholder MUDs on potential participation in the rehabilitation project. More to come. You're already a participant.
Okay, that brings us to agenda item 13, receive update regarding status of the Bear Branch, Panther Branch, and Research Forest Drive drainage improvements projects. General Manager Peterson.
That application was submitted to the Corps last month, and we are following up with the various letters of support and as they come in and sending those to be filed with the application with the Corps. So the Corps is for the funding, potential funding. Opportunity.
That's uncharted grounds, who knows, right?
It is, yeah.
It's in Galveston, it's their office, right?
Very good. Questions for General Manager Peterson on that topic? Brings us to agenda item 14. Consider an act on pay application number 2 for the retail wastewater collection system rehabilitation year 2, pages 34 through 40 in our meeting packet.
Yes, so advancement number 2, this is the sanitary sewer rehabilitation project we've talked about, started about 6 months ago or so. You had a little bit of work done in pay estimate number 1, and you have a little bit more work that was done as part of pay estimate number 2. So your share of the current work is $10,000 minus 5% retainage. So it was what, $9,500 is your share of this particular pay estimate. This is just about $200,000. So you're at $9,500 on this one. So I'll need motion to approve pass number 2.
I motion.
We have a motion from Director McAleer, and we have a second by Director Shu. Further discussion on this matter? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, abstain, motion passes. Thank you, sir. Attorney's report. Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon. My name is Gordon Franer. I'm covering for Brian today. I have nothing specific under the attorney's report to discuss, but I can discuss item number 16 on the agenda. If that's all right with you.
You're in the zone, go.
All right. Item number
That
16.
closes agenda item 15.
16 is to authorize preparation and filing of the initial local government bond, tax, and project report pursuant to Chapter 403 Texas Government Code, as amended by House Bill 103. House Bill 103 passed this legislative session this year, and it directs the Comptroller's Office and the Bond Review Board to develop and maintain a database of taxing entities, historical taxing authority, bond authority, issued bonds, and projects financed with those bonds. This is all information that we have readily available. It's frankly all information that we send to them in various ways anyway, but they ask us to put it all together in a report and send them. So this will be something we do every year. We'll update it on a yearly basis, but this is the first filing, and there's a 10-year look back period. So we're going to be looking back past 10 years, give all this information. That filing is due by January of 2026. So the agenda action item is just to authorize us to put that together for you.
Does that add any extra legal costs for us for you to do more detailed reporting?
It'll be some legal costs, but again, this is all information that we have and have readily available. So it's not really going to be a lot of effort. We don't have to figure anything out. We're creating kind of a form from our firm that we're going to use with all of our districts. So it's not going to be a heavy lift.
I'll make a motion to authorize. Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second from Director Friegel. Further discussion on this matter? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstain, motion passes. Thank you. That brings us to agenda item 17, receive the general manager's report. General Manager Peterson, pages 41 through 46, please.
47 to
Where are we?
47. Wait a minute. Yeah, we're on number 17.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah,
And then it's reference page 47.
47 begins and to 62.
We continue to add in additional information, just more looks at all the various things that we're doing across all the HUDs. We'll put in pictures from time to time to give you kind of examples of things that are going on. At 48, there's an example of a manhole that's being rehabilitated as part of that sanitary project we just talked about. We'll have more pictures as time goes on and stuff. Wanted to point out that as part of the ditch endeavor that we spoke of at budget setting time, we have acquired a couple of pieces of equipment that were contemplated as part of that, as well as hired our first individual that will help work on that crew. And we're continuing to interview. So we are moving forward pretty quickly to get that work up and running. And wanted to point out, we have a work anniversary from for Shelley of 15 years. Here. And I think with that, kick it to John for a communication report.
Before we go, before John comes up, I know that everybody read this in the meeting packet, but about the All Muds, the SFDUE number 1, could you please bring this for 47?
Okay.
About the situation with Hark and what that has affected the WWA with?
Yeah, so we've gone through, if you recall, we were, this was a few months ago, we were going to go through the SFDUE evaluation and audit the land use tables for service area number 1 for Western Treatment Plant number 1. We've completed that work. The next step is our notes from Kim and I's work on that. Needs to get built back into GIS so that we can kind of run some of the data for it, and so we can report. As we were reaching out to submit that information back to our GIS provider, we were informed that the group's been laid off.
What?
So
From the Hark?
for our GIS team that we work with. So we're looking right now at options to make sure that we have those services. We don't have those capabilities in-house, so we're looking at various different options right now. Once we have that in play, which I expect hopefully in the next week, then we'll have the new group come in and really tackle the SFDUE stuff first. We utilize GIS for a lot of things. All the ditch work that we described to you in the budget setting, we use it for that. We use it for our work orders to track data there and a number of other things on the system. So first thing we're going to have to tackle is the SFDUE audit and get that to a point where we can start reporting back to the MUDs and the trustees.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Geiger, good afternoon.
I got a question a couple of questions actually. On the spreadsheet on the first page, 47, the location, it's pretty clear when there's an address there, but what are the numbers? One, in our case, 1 and 11.
That's gonna be the number of residential new homes going in. That'll be just a number of new homes going in. And then the redevelopment, that's gonna be like they're doing an addition, they're they're adding something, a carport, or they're adding an outdoor kitchen or something like
So
that.
it's a unit measure.
It is,
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
but the report got extremely long. And so, we felt like if y'all had any specific questions related to those, we could answer those questions. And so we pulled those out and we're just giving you a unit measure.
Oh, fair enough. That's fine.
Yeah,
Just, and the 11, I would presume is, in our case, it's Area Island.
Yes.
Probably, from
yeah,
predominantly, yeah.
there's a lot. Yep.
Anybody else before Mr. Gardner? You said you had a couple?
Yeah, page 50, I think it's 50. We've got water, you added the water meter replacements or fixes, if you would, repairs for each of the MUDs. We have 4 meters. All those collectively isn't a big number. It says 81, it adds up to 81 meters. I hadn't really looked at this before because it really wasn't focused on before. Is that a large number or is it increasing, decreasing? Can you make a statement about that?
So these are referring to the 3 and 4 inch meters, which are the larger commercial meters.
Okay.
And the MUDs last year had authorized us to purchase a good bit of the meters. It took 6 months to get them in. We started changing them out. When the AMI system was put in, started back in 2019 or whatever that was, there was a decision made to not do the larger commercial meters for several reasons. And now that it's a little easier to get them, some of them on some of the diameters weren't even made then at that point. And then there were some cost saving measures as well, reasons to not do them at that point. But we took that to the boards last year to buy them. We got some of them in and we're just putting the rest of them in.
So these aren't necessarily failures.
No. These are new.
It's all new. Okay.
For commercial meters that didn't otherwise have an AMI or a smart meter in already.
It says 10 meters have been replaced, 8 of 8 meters have been replaced. Those are just, you had 10 to do and you finally got them in and you're doing them.
Correct.
Got it. Okay.
And different MUDs approved different numbers. You know, if you only had 8, they might have approved all 8. If one district might have had 100, they may or may not have approved all 100 at one time. You know, it just kind of depends. It was different for all the MUDs.
All right.
Y'all didn't have a whole lot.
You're giving us more information, so more questions. Sorry.
There you go. That's good.
Thanks. That's all I've got. Sorry. to
Very good. Now, John,
John.
nice to see you this
Nice to see you
afternoon.
too. Good afternoon. Page 58 for your communications report. Focusing on value right now. So you should see that reflected in our materials. School-based water conservation education program. So we have kicked off a pilot program in collaboration with the SJRA and the township to pilot a 5th grade program that is curriculum or standards-based, has a standards-based curriculum that we supply to teachers to implement in the classroom. And then they take a water conservation kit home. They work with their parents to implement faucet aerators, shower timers. There's about 6 different items in there. We report back on implementation and, you know, correlating water savings and so forth. I'm really excited about this program. It's quite robust. I think we're going to get some really good data out of it on how successful it was. And then ideally take it to all 5th grades in the Woodlands next year. So we'll report back on that. So.
John, when do you expect to hear how it's going? Get some data back.
It will be implemented differently by different teachers through the course of the year. So we really won't have a strong, we won't have a summary for you until the end of the school year, but we'll be getting feedback as the year rolls along. And if I have some meaningful reports, I'll let you know. But when it's all said and done, we'll crunch that. We'll make some tweaks. We'll learn some lessons and then apply that again to more students the following year. Ideally.
Talking to you about this several years ago.
We've been working on this for a while.
I tell you, it works, folks. If you know, these 5th graders, when they get it, you turn that water off when you're.
They were the best ambassadors.
You know, Mom, what are you doing? You know? See, that's it. The system works. It's really a great program.
Have you thought about doing it in high school
Too late.
or well, in the Woodlands, we have,
Way too late.
well, we have, the ninth grade and we have the senior campuses. Have you thought about doing it in the ninth grade campus?
We really haven't. We want to focus on fifth grade. Fifth grade is where the TEKS best line up as far as water. That's what they're studying. And given limited path resources, money, I think that's where the best bang for the buck is going to be is with fifth graders. We do work with high school students to some degrees in other ways, but not on a proper school-based program. I would love to bring it to all 12 grades, but
This requires the buy-in of the teacher as well, right?
it does.
Yeah.
There are incentives built in to increase that buy-in. There's a lot of tried true lessons on that front so that we maximize buy-in. We won't get every teacher, but we should get most. All right, Bear Branch Dam renewal. Hopefully you saw some of our pieces go out on that. We pushed out a press release. We disseminated that via blast and social media and so forth. If you haven't seen those pieces, you can QR that code right there at the bottom of 58. Infrastructure renewal communications, page 59. The community working group held their 6th meeting on the 23rd of September. HDR presented on the waterline assessment. Now they are tasked with taking information out into the community and utilizing their specific networks to enhance dissemination of water renewal messaging. So that's happening now. If you didn't catch that USGS water table presentation at the end of September, you can QR that there and see the recording. You've got current materials examples of on page 59, 60, and 61. Bottom of 60, note that the water bill ad was on mud taxes. We did a lot of messaging on that. E-blast, bill ad, social media, and so forth, letting folks know about their mud tax reductions. And supporting information surrounding taxes too, how they're calculated and where they can find more information. We did a GRP article that was in Woodlands Community Magazine. You can QR that there at the top of 61. And then on 62, you got an outreach calendar. We're at Landscaping Solutions on the 27th. That was great. We had 200 plus quality interactions there. It was a really good event. And then I'll be at Wildflower Festival this Saturday and at the Cochran's Crossing VA Festival on Sunday.
Where's the Wildflower Festival?
It's at Rob Fleming Park.
Wow.
Get some free seats. Come say hi. Thank you.
You, sir.
I have a question. Oh, sorry. These are sat down.
Dale?
I didn't have a chance to check the website. Are we on the cusp of a kind of like a drought warning or?
It's funny, I've got a post I'm creating that'll go out next week.
Okay, I was just curious.
Kind of a progress report, I'm calling it.
Okay.
We're in a,
We're right on the,
yeah, according to the Texas Drought Monitor, we're abnormally dry now.
abnormally dry.
So
Which
we're looking
I thought
good.
That's a drought.
We were looking good through August. And then since September, we've had it a little over an inch.
Yeah, it dropped off.
Maybe something this
Dropped off.
weekend.
Yeah.
The burn ban has been put in place.
I'll remember that abnormally dry.
Remember, no hurricanes the whole month of September.
I'm not complaining. I'm not. No.
Want that in your gin, not your voice.
No, yeah, it's either the high, the mid-continent high or duck and cover.
Thank you.
Watch where that high is.
Thank you,
Yeah, what's the
John.
mid-continent high? Because
Thank you, John. Thank you, Dale. I was unaware of that.
Well, I was kind of, so you will have something out on that.
Yeah, we do a weekly rain check.
That's what I was wondering.
And then this is more of a year-to-date summary as well, on top of that. And you can find that on all social media feeds too.
Thank you for the QR code for the USGS presentation, because we asked about the paper, but because it has to go through such a lengthy review process, it can be glacially, so you get it.
You wanted the slide deck? Is that-
No, well, that'd be great.
They're reticent to
I know they are,
release that.
but if you have the recording, which you've provided through that QR code, you can always go back and watch it and then replay it if it's like a video, and then you can, that'd be great. So thank you very much for that, recording of the USGS on our aquifers. Thanks.
Very good. Anything else for General Manager Peterson? Very good. Agenda item 19 is we're not reconvening, we're not adjourning or reconvening. Oh, excuse me,
You have the
agenda,
trustees.
the trustees
Yes,
report,
please.
pardon me. General Manager Peterson, page 63.
I think we've
64.
pretty much gone over it. It was, the main thing was the presentation on the water line renewal, which we talked about earlier. In my report on the GRP, there was, I did update everyone that at the GRP, we made a recommendation to accept the, I guess, the additional flows from Conroe, which resulted in another 10-cent reduction in the groundwater fee. So that will be in play, and then expecting here in the future to contemplate the usage of the $18.8 million towards defeasance or R&R, and what that would look like in terms of any resulting fee changes. So that'll be forthcoming. That was
Very good. Questions for trustees report? Okay, that brings us to agenda item 21. Discuss matters for placement on future agendas. Anybody have anything? Dan? Donna?
Will there be any updates to wastewater reclamation plant 1? Whatever they're calling it now.
Yeah, so that was waiting on what I had reported earlier, which was the SFDUE audit.
So it might be, you might have information for us in November, for the November agenda.
I don't know.
That,
Talk to Ron.
When I do, it'll be on your agenda. How about that?
He's kind of busy right now.
But after that's completed, we'll still need to go through it with SGRA and the consultants, and then also that'll just be the numbers. But then Corolla will still need to be re-engaged to finish their, recall, they still have about 4 months or so worth of work to
Okay,
do once that's done.
so we really won't know until
it's on
2026.
hold
Yeah, for
until
sure.
that doggone SFDUE gets settled.
Okay, and the
Yeah.
laid off people and all that.
We thought we'd have that part done. What we do, had it done over a month ago, but we're stuck right now. But
Is there
we're
any,
moving past it.
is there any university that could help you with the GIS?
We've got it covered.
Okay, you do.
We've got options.
All right, I'm just curious.
Anything?
No.
Paul?
Nope.
Very good. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Cute.